Madam Badnami, thank you so much. And now we are ready to begin. I'll hand over to our Aram group teacher, Shikhaji, please.
Jajmendra, everyone. We will start with Arham group. And kids have been learning many things since last 1 year, and they are really very punctual, very regular. This includes, we have been teaching Gyanshala Geet, 24 Tirthankars, the Khuto part, about 5 senses. There were many stories in every session. And in the quiz also, which happened last week, all the students got more than 70%. So, Om Haram to all of them. Now, they all are present here, what they have learned throughout the year. And I'm so proud of all of them. I'm very much proud of them, and they want to present here. First of all, I would like to invite our youngest star, Advay, and he will recite Gyanshala Geet for us.
Om Haram.
Come, Advay. Welcome, Advay.
You can stand on stage.
You want to start?
No? Okay, आप यहीं पे आ जाओ। पर बच्चे देख नहीं पाएंगे। सलोनी, आप भी ऊपर चलिए, because online बच्चे नहीं देख पाएंगे।
आ जाएगा। सलोनी।
वो आ नहीं रहे, थोड़े से और आए। सलोनी, just come a bit closer. Sorry. Thank you.
Does anyone want to join the Gyanshala Geet?
Come on, Aram kids. Aram kids. Arav,
सब बच्चे बोलो साथ में।
जीवन विकास हो, मन में सुवास हो, देखो दीपक से दीपक जले, देखो दीपक से दीपक जले, अरहम अरहम की वंदना फले, अरहम की वंदना फले।
आव्या के पावन मंदिर में सच्ची शिक्षा, सच्ची शिक्षा सदाचार के सुंदर पथ पर कदम कदम बढ़ते जाए, चाहे रात या प्रभात हो भले, चाहे रात या प्रभात हो भले, अरहम की वंदना फले, अरहम की वंदना फले। ओम
हम इसके लिए फर्स्ट थिंग है वो शिक्षा ऐसे we can start on that.
Next comes is Avyan. He is our online kid, very naughty, very talkative, and he has learned Tikhuto part. Avyan, he will present online.
Avyan.
Avyan आया है? Avyan. So, माइक तो Avyan तो नहीं है। बोलो करो।
चलो।
तो
जोर से।
Tekato ahiram pahiram karami mandami nafasami sakarami samarami kliaram manglam devyam devyam pajosami maten mandam.
एक बार बंदामी की साइड मूव करके,
बंदामी की साइड मूव करके ऐसे 3 बार।
हाँ, बंदामी के लिए करते हैं ना Tikhuto part।
Tekato ahiram
करेगी
Dekuto airam karami tamimam sami sakarami samarami vyaram manglam devyam jevyam ajosami matena
Thank So proud of you.
Thank you.
Come on. Nivan, you want to go? Next up, we're going to have from online Nivan. If you search up Sonal. So Nivan has been a regular attendee of Arham group online. He's going to be doing a verse from the Gyanshala Geet as well. Nivan is a very talkative. He asks very good questions as well. And even though it's 1 hour ahead for him because he's based in Germany, he's always a regular attendee. Okay, over to you, Nivan.
Can I start?
Yes, you can. Please start.
अरहम की वंदना फले जीवन विकास हो मन में सुहास हो देखो दीपक से दीपक चले देखो दीपक से दीपक चलिए विद्या की पावन मंदिर में सच्ची शिक्षा हम पाए सदाचार के सुंदर पथ पर कदम कदम बढ़ते जाए चाहे रात या प्रभात हो भले चाहे रात या प्रभात हो भले हम सारे हैं बाय बाय मातृभाषा से सरा पदे अपना संयम अपने द्वारा अनुशासन का पाठ परे कभी कोई ना हमको चले कभी कोई ना हमको चले हम है अपने भाग्य विधाता खुद अपना निर्माण करे विद्या और विनय के द्वारा युग धारा में प्राण पड़े सम के सांचे में जीवन धले सम के सांचे में जीवन धले
Oh, madam. Well done, Nivan. So he's been learning that over the past year and he's actually gotten so good at it. So big ol' madam to him and all the budget. And next up, we have someone in person who's coming up. So Arena, would you like to come up to the stage, please? Arena and Avian were the first kids in our Gyanshala Arham class to get all 24 Tirthankars correct, which is a big achievement. So I'm going to pass over the mic to you, Arena, if you want to take it. Go on.
Shakti Ajit Nati, Sambhum Nati, Abhinandan Nati, Sumati Nati, Padam Prabhuji, Sapash Nati, Chandra Prabhuji, Sivati Nati, Shita Nati, Shanch Nati, Vasapachiji, Vimal Nati, Anant Nati, Param Nati, Shanti Nati, Kunti Nati, A Nati, Mali Nati, Mani Sivati, Nami Nati, Nemi Nati, Pasha Nati, Swami Swami.
Oh, well done. Well done.
You know, Arena, even lots of parents here don't know that. So
Oh, madam. Well done. Okay, next up we have Arav. Would you like to come onto the stage, Arav?
yes, he's on ready.
So Arav is always ready in Gyanshala. He's wearing a very nice customized kurta today and he's going to be doing the Loga Sapat for all of us. Arav, 1 second. Mike.
He can't pick up the wooden for it. You can start again, Arav. You can do it. Come on, start again.
Come on. Woo.
Enjoy.
Arihante Kitsaistam. Sampi Kevali. Oh, Marham.
Very nice.
Very
Well
well
done.
done. Okay.
And you look so handsome with your kurta.
Very well done, Adam. And that's the thing I love about JVB. When he was struggling, we were all ready to help him out, and he got there in the end. So well done, Adam. Okay. Now, next up, we have Mishika. Would you like to come on stage, Mishika? Let's go. And she will be telling us a little bit about the Jain alphabet.
I would like to ask you, do you all know in JNHC A for, do you know A for apple or A for ahimsa? There, our kids have learned about the Jain ABC. They will tell you A to Z in Jainism.
Okay. Mishika, you good? Do you want me to hold it for you? And you can speak.
She wants to keep it somewhere.
Mishika is only going to tell us about L, which is for Lesia, which I think is the
Mama.
hardest one. Mama, do you want to hold the poster? Yeah. Okay. I'll give you the mic and your mama can hold the poster.
Okay, oh no, it's okay, it's okay. Krita,
I'll
you
hold
join,
it.
you hold it. Yeah.
Okay, come on.
A little higher, Krita.
I'm going to tell you a story in JVB about Lycia. Lycia is the state of mind, the color of our thoughts. This illustration will show you how different people have different ways of thinking. Once upon a time, there were 6 friends traveling in the forest. They got lost. They were very tired, thirsty, and hungry. Suddenly, one of them spotted a fruit tree. They all ran to it. The first friend said, "Let's chop down the whole tree." That is Black Glacier, the angriest, the worst glacier. The second friend said, "Let's only chop down the big branches off." That is Blue Glacier. The third friend said, "Let's chop down the little branches with the fruits on." That is Grey Glacier. The fourth friend said, it's unnecessary to chop any branches. We can just pick all of the fruits from the tree." That is Red Glacier, much kinder. The fifth friend said, "We only need to pick some of the fruits, but no wasting fruits." That is Yellow Glacier. The sixth friend said, "Look here, friends, there's so many good fruits on the ground. We can pick those. We don't need to hurt the tree at all." See how differently all the 6 friends thought? The 6th one was the best way to do it. Jainism teaches us good thoughts bring good actions, bad thoughts bring bad actions. And so every day ask yourself, what color is my glacier today? Let's be like the 6th friend did, loving, caring, and helpful. Spread white glacier all around the world. Thank you.
Very nice. That was such a good topic as well. Who in here knew about Lesia before this talk? And who now knows about it?
We all know.
Look, how many people look at the teacher. And such a beautiful drawing. Oh my God, Mishika. Do you want your picture? Okay, next up we have Gahan, and Gahan is also going to be telling us about the 24 Tirthankars. Would you like to come on stage, Gahan?
The good thing about Kahan is he's very regular in the class, very consistent. He has put lots of effort in learning 24 Tirthankars. I'm super proud of you, Kahan.
Okay.
Stand close to someone.
Right there, right there, Ajo.
Yeah, perfect. Right, I'm going to give you the mic, yeah?
Go a little further, Bitu.
Tenchi, Ajit Nachi, Sambal Nachi, Abhinandan Nachi, Sumati Nachi, Padma Prabhuji, Subhash Naji, Chandra Prabhuji, Smriti Naji, Sheetal Naji, Shams Naji, Vasupati Ji, Vimal Naji, Aman Naji, Nami Naji, Nami Naji, Nemi Naji, 23rd, Mavi Swami.
Oh,
Very well done. Very well done, Kahan.
super proud of that.
Very well done, Kahan. Well done. Okay,
And she is online.
right.
Sarita.
So, next up, we will have Sanshi, who's joining from online. Sanshi has been a good attendee of our Gyanshala and is always contributing and asking questions. Today, Tanshi will be talking about the Loka Sapat for a small amount. So, are you ready, Tanshi? Would you like to unmute? Perfect. Let's hear the Lokasa.
Logas Jayagare Dhammatitayare Chne Arante Kitesam Chovisam Pikevali Usabamatyam Chavande Soviam Sambhamami Nandanam Sumiam Che Pamapam Supasam Chinam Chandapam Mande Suviam Chepufalantam Siel Sijam Seva Supajam Che Vimaramanandam Jajanam Damam Sandam Kumi Kuntu Maran Chamalem Vande Muni Saviam Nami Jiram Che Vandami Retunemi Pasantavadamanam Che Eva Me Vitva Viure Malapina Germana Chovi Samprijina Ratite Rami Pasientu Kitya Vande Ame Je Loga Saudama Siddha Arogya Buli Abam Samahi Vadamam Dintu Chande Sunem Mayalara Aiche Savyam Payasira Sagar Vara Gampira Siddha Siddhim Mamari Santu Siddha Siddhim Mamari Santu.
Oh, Madam
Oh, Madam Tanshi. Tanshi is in India actually. रात के 2 बजे हैं. But she don't want to miss the opportunity, hence she is here.
Oh, Marham. Oh, Marham.
Next comes is Nia. Nia has been a very cheerful girl, always very consistent, very regular, very punctual. Nia wants to talk about violence and non-violence. Welcome, Nia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nia. Today I'll be talking about violence and non-violence. Violence is when you're hurting people by your actions and your voice. That makes people sad and sad. For example, shouting, screaming, and pushing. Non-violence is when you're being kind, calm, and peaceful. When someone says sorry, let go the anger and say it's okay. That's non-violence. For example, a great man called Mahatma Gandhi. He said, change the world how you want it to be. Choose love over hate and kindness over anger and over show love.
Oh, Marham.
Oh, Marham. So, when someone wrongs you, should you get angry at them or should you forgive them? Hands up for forgiveness. I should see every hand up. Very good. Okay, Marham. Thank you, Nia. Next up from online, we have Vishwam joining. So Vishwam is very on top of everything that we teach in Gyanshala. He's always excited to join Gyanshala and he's always there in every lesson. So Vishwam, over to you now, and you will be telling us the story of Bhagwan Mahavir.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Vishwam.
So once upon a time, there was Mahavir Bhagwan meditating in the jungle against a tree. And then, some minutes after, a farmer came with his cows and told Mahavir Bhagwan that, can you take care of my cows? And then the farmer thought that Mahavir Bhagwan listened, but Mahavir Bhagwan didn't listen. So, and then the farmer went, and then after the farmer went, the cows went to another place to eat grass. And then when the farmer came back, he saw no cows around Mahavir Bhagwan, and then he was angry. So he searched around, but there was no sign of cows. And then he was really angry and he was about to hit someone, and then suddenly there was a light. Then somebody hold his hand so he didn't hit him, and then he told and then he
नाम क्या है?
found his cows, and then the man told the farmer what so if you hit your Mahavir Bhagwan, you will get a bad sweet, not a good sweet. And then he apologized, and then he went back to his house.
Thank you very much, Vishwam. Okay, you can tell how he's. Oh. You can tell Vishwam is a big storyteller in our class, and he pays attention to every story that we teach about Bhagwan Mahavir. Thank you, Vishwam. Om. Okay, next up, I'm not sure if Sayoni is online. And I think we've done everybody else. Virali. Okay, Virali, would you like to come up onto the stage, please?
Story has been a very integral part of our class. Here comes Virali, who wants to say a story. Welcome, Virali.
Om Ram.
Come on, Virali, you can do it. I want to listen to you. Come on. Don't feel shy. Come, Virali. Whatever you want to say. Or you-
That's it.
What about Navkar mantra? Navkar mantra is great.
Perfect. Wow, well done, Virali.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Uvachayanam, Namo Loya Sabasahunam, Yesupanchanamu Paro, Sarvapavapanasano, Vandana.
Okay, Virali, while you're standing there, can you see at everybody and say Jai Jinendra?
Jai Jinendra.
Well done.
Jayendra.
Omara, you don't need to be shy. This is your stage, okay? Own it. Don't be shy.
बड़ी होके क्या बनोगी?
Assembly people.
Oh, Omara.
Very good. Thank you, Virali.
अनिल की पहुंच ने मना किया बोली शी इज नॉट ओके ओके नो सही है ये वाली लेकिन ना अनिल ने नाम नहीं लिखा है पास से मौका
Okay, Aneri. So, Aneri has also been joining Gyanshala online and in person and is here for our graduation ceremony. Aneri, would you like to stand and say Navkar mantra? Okay.
Yeah, check. Call Cherry as well.
Has just joined recently.
Check is joined. You mean Navkar. Most of you know right Navkar mantra. Fold your hands. You want to hold okay.
Check. हाथ जोड़ लो. अभी बोलो.
Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo
Well done, both of you. And Jayek has recently joined our Arham group as well. Okay. Okay, that was all the presentations for Arham Group. We hope you enjoyed them and they gave a little snapshot of what we've been teaching everybody this year. Now, over to Young Group.
Thank you so much. So we have very wonderful set of kids who have joined the Gyan group, and I'm quite proud of the Gyan group, especially because they asked me so many questions. Okay, sorry. Sorry for interruption. There is one more kid from Arham group who's gathered a lot of courage to speak. So I'm gonna hand over the mic to him, and then we'll move over to Gyan group.
और क्या बोलना है? 24 का प्रिंटर मुझ दो
ये बच्ची और and she wants to say
Turn your face around.
That's okay. Thank you.
So we were talking about the Arham group. I am quite blessed because the kids in my group, they ask me so many questions, so many difficult questions, which sometimes I even don't have answers to. So quite proud of them. And I'm going to start calling, especially the online kids that I take. So first one would be Arav Bhargav. He's one of the very bright kids. I mean, like most of the kids in my group are very bright, but again, he's one of the brightest. Arun, can you start with introducing yourself and
Ara wants to share. He has made some presentation. Can he share it?
no, we won't be able to allow kids to share the presentation. You can share it.
Okay, so this
Are
is
you able to see the screen?
Yes, yes.
okay. So this Jai Nandra, this is my presentation. This is about the story about Mahavir Swami Ji and Chandakaushik. So let's begin. Once upon a time, Mahavir Swami Ji were walking through a forest and a village to village, and he met some villagers, and they told him that there is a poisonous snake called Chandakaushik. In the easier way to go to the other village, and there is a long way which is super safe. So,
Hold on.
so
Can you
when
repeat?
he was going through the forest, he met Chandakaushik, and he was super angry to see someone in his forest. Mahavir Swami was calm and he didn't react anything. And then Chandakaushik was his follower. Yeah, and this is the moral of the story, that true non-violence and inner peace have power to transform even the most violent and angry beings. So this is the moral. And anyways, I created this from coding from an engine called Scratch. So that was my presentation. Om Haram.
Very good.
Okay, because Arav is far off, can I just request parents, please do Om Maram with this hand so at least the kids feel encouraged. This is their Om Maram.
Nice. So we move to the next candidate, and that is Anaisha.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Next.
Next is Anaisha.
Anisha, can you start with where you are from and then the topic? Okay?
So my name's Anaisha and I live in Southeast London. I'm going to talk about the five jati or different senses each beings possess. Five jati. All living beings are classified based on the number of senses or indriyas they possess. This classification reflects the soul's level of awareness and development in its form. Ek Indrajiv. These beings have only one sense, touch. They include plants, soil, water, air, and fire bodies and are immobile and least conscious. Bendrajiv. With touch and taste, these beings like worms and leeches have limited movement and awareness. Triendrajiv. These beings have touch, taste, and smell. Ants and lice belong here, showing the basic development. Chaurendrajiv. Having touch, taste, and smell and sight, these beings like bees and flies can see, but they still lack hearing. Pachendrajiv. These beings have all five senses. Examples include humans as well as birds and fish. Some of them also possess a mind. Among all beings, only five sense beings with a developed mind are capable of attaining liberation or moksha. Five Jeeves highlight Jainism's deep reverence for life in all forms, no matter how small or big. This, this spiritual vision reminds us that true liberation begins with respect for even the tiniest life, because every soul is on its own sacred journey. Thank you.
Anisha, that was very good. Next, we have Kushagra, who's going to talk to us about goat cherries.
तेज करना सुनाई भी नहीं देता
Kushagra, can you switch on your camera
तेज कर
and tell us where you are from?
वॉल्यूम नहीं किया
Jain sadhus and sadhvis do not cook their food, and they do not tell others to prepare for them.
Kushagra, can you switch on your camera, please? Very good. Good.
Jain sadhus and sadhvis do not cook their own food, and they do not tell others to prepare for them, and do not accept any food which has been prepared for them. They go to different households and receive small amounts of vegetarian food from each house. This practice is called goatry. Just as cows graze the top of grass by moving from place to place, taking a little at one place and little at another. At the same way, Jain monks and nuns do not take all food from one house. They collect it from various houses.
Oh, very good, Kushagra.
Can we all have
Okay, next we have Ayansh, who's going to talk to us about Rishabh Dev. Ayansh, can you start with an introduction where you are from, loudly, and then the topic?
You can speak.
So I'm Ayan from Southeast London, and I'm going to talk about Rishabh Bhagwan's fast for 400 days. Look, Lord Rishabh, when he gave up all of his treasures and jewelry, he divided his kingdom by 100 sons, and then he went looking out for food. But at that time, people didn't know the disciplines of Jain monks and nuns, so they offered him jewels, gold, precious gems, horses, elephants, sacred garments, and even their own daughters to show their respect for the king. But he fasted for a long time, and later he reached his grandson's house. He could see past births and lies, and he knew that Rishabh Bhagwan needed some food, so he instantly rushed to the kitchen, and the first thing he could find was sugarcane juice. So he instantly served Rishabh Bhagwan ji. That's how he broke his fast for 400 days. And on that day, it's known as Akshat Tritiya. We celebrate it by offering Rishabh Bhagwan sugarcane juice.
Oh my God.
Thank you so
Thank you so much, Ayash. That was very wonderful. We are now going to invite some of the offline or in-person Gyanshala kids. So, Rashmi Auntie is going to announce the name. So, thank you, Gyan children, for waiting so patiently. I'd like to call now Urvish Bair. Please come on stage. And has chosen the topic compassion. Urvish is one of our quietest, sweetest child, very quiet, very sincere, and very intelligent. And he really focuses on in Gyanshala all the time. So, thank you so much, Urvish. Over to you now. And big voice.
Controller, another one.
Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about compassion.
Louder.
Compassion means being kind and generous. So we should all be compassionate. Knowing someone's unhappiness and disease is compassion. We should treat people the way we want to be treated. Compassion includes non-violence, ahimsa, and is one of the main parts of Jainism, and we should be compassionate to all living beings. And now I am going to tell you about the story of the compassion of the elephant. Once upon a time, there lived an elephant in a forest among the many other animals. Once a big wildfire broke out in the forest. To save themselves, all the animals, including the elephant, ran to a safe area. During the area, the elephant had to cut his foot, and then a rabbit in the elephant said this is nothing and nothing happened. He had to go. The fire lasted for 3 days. He threw the rabbit in the fire stopped, so the rabbit
Thank you so much, Urvish. And now, can I call Laksh Botra to come and speak? What's your topic, Laksh? Our religion, yes. Thank you.
Our religion is Jainism, the follower of Jinnah. Jinnah is the one who has won over internal enemies such as anger, greed, and pride. Somebody who has Jinnah is full of good thoughts such as truth, compassion, and love. Other names for Jinnah are Arihant, Tirthankars, and Bhagwan. We have 24 Tirthankars, Chetanatji and Shreyasnatji, to name a few. Our first Tirthankar was Rishabh Devji, and our last one was Mahavir Swami, who was our last Tirthankar. His symbol was a lion, which he was in his last birth. Lord Mahavir says to treat others as you would like to be treated, and don't hurt any living beings, no matter how many senses they have, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. We recite Navkar Mahamantra after we wake up and before we go to bed to worship the 5 supreme beings and qualities, and one day work hard to be like them.
Very good, Laksh. Oh my God.
Laksh, would you like to ask the audience if they know the 5 spiritual beings? Let's ask them. Let's test the knowledge.
Anyone? Parents, raise your hands if you know.
Does anybody know what the 5
I
spiritual
think there's
beings?
someone in the audience.
One from the audience randomly.
Aniketa. Aniketa, say Aniketa.
Aniket uncle.
Oh my.
Oh my God. You
Passed our Ganshala exam. You get a certificate. Thank you so much, Laksh. Laksh has been a brilliant boy, very studious, often very late in the class. I think he's got a previous some classes, but really, really sweet, attends regularly and really intelligent. So thank you. It was a pleasure teaching you. And now I'd like to call Ishan. Just a request. Parents, I know they're prepared, but ideally, I would like them to do without using their phones. Whatever they know, whatever they've learned, it's better if you say without looking at your phone. So I request if you can continue without your phone, that's really good. If not, of course, you're free to use, but it all depends on you. So over to you, Ishan, and your topic is 4 gatis.
Try to look at the audience.
Omar from everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about the 4 Gati. But don't worry, it won't be boring.
You can test their knowledge.
In Jainism, we believe every soul has a very long trip, way longer than family trips without Wi-Fi. First stop, Devgati, heaven. The soul here lives like royalty. No school, no work, just peace and sparkle. But don't get too comfy, because when your karma ends, then you have to check out. Second stop, Manushya Gati, the human world. This is the VIP ticket, because only here you can reach moksha. Third is Tiranj Gati, the animal and the plant world. Some people say being a cat would be amazing. Eat, sleep, and repeat. But Jainism says no. You lose control of your choices. No more deciding on what you want to do. No meditation, no tapasya. So you can't go to human, Manushya Gati. And lastly, Naragati, the hellish world. It's like an ultimate timeout for very bad karma. And there's no happiness and just pain. But don't worry, it isn't forever. Even the worst punishment can come to an end. So what's the lesson? Your karma is like a test for yourself. So do good, be kind, and follow the Jain path. Thank you. May your soul go to the first class towards moksha.
Thank you so much, Ishan. I think parents, you all agree that was beautifully explained, really a modern way of explaining the four gatis. So where does everyone want to go? Kids? Moksha, everybody knows the word moksha. Thank you, Ishan. Thank you so much. We are now going to switch back to the online kids. We have Kushi Jain, again, one of the very patient students I have on the online, and she's the one who asked me maximum number of questions and always puts me in the difficult spot. So, Kushi, today you are on difficult spot. Over to you. Can you start with your introduction bit loud and then the topic?
Okay, so I'm gonna be doing the Vandana part. So yeah. Tikutho ayahinam payahinam karemi vandame namam sami sakaremi samanemi kalanam mangalam devyam jayam vajrasami mathen vandame.
Very good. Next, we have Divik Jain. Divik, do you want to start with your introduction, where you are from, and then the Vandan part?
Yes, I'm from Germany and I'm also going to say the Vandan part. Tekato ayahanam payahanam karemi vandami namamsami sakaremi samanemi kalanam mangalam deyam chayam padrasami matin vandami.
Oh, very good. And next, we are going to move to Adi. Adi is also one of the very sincere students. He already knows a lot about Jainism. Sometimes when I speak something wrong in the class, he's the first one to correct me. So, Adi, my pseudo teacher.
So,
Adi, where are you from? Can you begin with your introduction?
my name is Adi. I'm 8 years old and I'm from Manchester. Today I will be reciting the Mangal Bhavna with meanings. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Shri Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with prosperity. Shri Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with self-discipline. Di Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with wisdom. Rati Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with patience. Shakti Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with strength. Shanti Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with peace. Nandi Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with bliss. Teja Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with radiant light. And Sukla Sampanno Ham Sham. Let me be endowed with purity.
And now, two girls from our in-person class, Krisha. So over to you, Krisha, and after Krisha, it will be followed by Sia Bardia. So Krisha, please introduce yourself and your topic.
Hello, and Vandami Naman Sami Samniji and Jai Jinendra to everyone. I'm Krisha and I'm in Gyan group and I'm going to be talking about some Jain festivals. The first festival is Paryushan. Paryushan lasts for 8 days. The last day is called Samvatsari. The purpose of Paryushan is to ask for forgiveness. We also do tapasya like a fast, ekashna and bashna in Paryushan. In Paryushan we do samaik and pratikaman to ask for forgiveness. And we also don't eat any vegetables as they are a living being. The next festival is Mahavir Jayanti. Mahavir Jayanti celebrates the day that Lord Mahavir was born. Mahavir Swami's parents were Queen Trishla and King Siddhartha. We also reflect on the 14 dreams that Queen Trishla had. Mahavir Swami was born in the city of Vaishali. The last festival that I'm talking about is Diwali. Jains celebrate Diwali because it's the day that Lord Mahavir attained in moksha. Mahavir Swami attained moksha in Pavapuri. On Diwali, Jains reflect on Mahavir Swami's teachings and his life. We also donate to charity, and I made a poster. And thank you to all the teachers for teaching me everything throughout the year.
Thank you so much, Krisha. It was lovely to teach you. Very sincere student. Yeah. And I think Krisha has made everyone aware. Paryushan is just around the corner. And hope everyone is ready with their Pratikaman. Yeah. Everybody will be learning them. And now, Sia, over to you, Sia Bardia.
Vandami Namam Swami Samniji and Jai Janendra. Today I'm going to be talking about the main point of Jainism. Do any of you know what it is? Ahimsa. Yes, ahimsa. Ahimsa is the definition of ahimsa is non-violence. Non-violence can mean a various amount of things. But what I'm going to be talking about today is how you speak, how your actions are, and your mindset. Firstly, I'll say how your actions. Actions can lead to different paths, but there's many things you can do to create the right path. Firstly, you should always try play on the playground rather than grass, because on the grass there are many insects that you could kill. Also, as you can see, whenever somebody talks, she always uses a mobile, but that's because she doesn't want to kill the air balls in the air, so she doesn't harm them. Next, I'm going to be talking about your speech. Speech is a way of saying how people are, kind of. Because if you speak nice and you're kind and compassionate, you'll always get good karma. But if you're rude and speak very violently, you will always get bad karma. Next is your thoughts. Thoughts is bigger than speech and actions because it's the main thing in Jainism. If I felt this as well because whenever I'm doing my homework or anything and my brother tries to disturb me, I always do get annoyed, but I've tried to learn to stop thinking bad about him and be like, it's okay, and I have to carry on. And lastly, I would like to thank all my teachers for being so caring, helpful, and always being there when I need support in anything in Jainism. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Sia. And Sia is one of the very lovable, very endearing child, very sweet, and her attendance is 100%. And the reason behind all thanks to Prachi Bua. Wherever Prachi Bua is there, Sia is always going to be there. So thank you so much, Sia. And now can I call Neil? Are you ready with your presentation? Do you want to say something? Yeah, over to you, Neil. No problem.
Everyone. Today I will be talking to you about about H in Jainism. H stands for humility. Humility is the
being to compassion, down to earth. So you give an example. Give an example.
Humility helps in.
Humility is being down to earth and being compassionate everyone. Do you have a story to say for humility? No? So
There is a popular story about there is one popular story wherein there was a Chandar who had got बोलेगा? Story बोलेगा? Okay, you tell.
What about Fogati?
Humility is important for spiritual progress, eliminating ego and fostering compassion. It also is it promotes non-violence.
Very good. Omar. Any example you want to give of?
This helps individuals detach from worldly attachments and find their true selves.
Omar Ramil, thank you so much for trying. And one essential component of human life, let's all be humble. Thank you so much. And now over to online children.
Next, I have Suhani. So one thing very good about Suhani is that she's always prepared with stories. You have a topic and she has a story for that. So she's the storyteller in my group. So Suhani, can you begin with your introduction, where you are from? And I hope you have a story for us today also.
I am Suhani and I'm from Switzerland, and today I'm gonna tell you the story of the mouse and the monk. Every day, a tiny mouse would come and take small bites from a Jain monk's kochari. One day, another monk asked, "Why do you let the mouse eat from your kochari?" The monk smiled and said, "Perhaps this little one is hungry. If he survives on a few crumbs, I'm glad to help." The moral of the story: this story teaches us tolerance, sharing, and coexistence. Even the smallest beings are part of the spiritual journey. Thank you for listening.
Oh, very good, Suhani. Today's story was really short. Thank you. I will now call upon Priyansh. Priyansh, do you want to speak next? He's one of the quietest members of the online group, and he hardly talks.
Jai Janendra, my name is Rayanj and I'm from London. Today I'm going to be talking about the four Gati. So, Dev Gati is heavenly beings. People who have attained moksha will go to this Gati. Tiryanj Gati. Tiryanj Gati is animals, birds, insects, and plants. So, different wildlife in their past lives must have done decently. An example is a tiger. Naraki Gati is hell or infernal beings. This means you have been very bad in your past life. An example is a demon. Manushya Gati. Manushya Gati is human beings, so we ourselves are in Manushya Gati. There is only one example of this, which is humans. Thank you for listening.
Very good. Next, we have Mishti. Again, one of the quietest kids in the Gyantosava group. She's so quiet, sometimes she sleeps. So, today, Mishti, over to you. Can you start with the introduction and the topic?
Okay. My name is Mishti. I'm in Denmark. I'm gonna tell you a story about Bhagwan Mahavir and the cow herders. Once Bhagwan Mahavir was in deep meditation. He was sitting around a big trees and surrounded by green grass and soft grass. After some time, a cow header came there along with his cows. He was happy to see the soft green grass. And then he said, "Whoa, so much food for my cow." And then suddenly he saw Mahavir Bhagwan, and he went to because he had some work in his village, so he went to Mahavir Bhagwan and he told Mahavir Bhagwan, "If you can take care of my cows for like 5 minutes." And then he thought Mahavir Bhagwan understood, so he went. But then his cows started to eat grass and then just went along to eat grass. And then when he came back, he didn't see his cows there. He got worried and asked Mahavir Bhagwan, "Where is my cow?" But he didn't respond. Then he started to go and find his cows. But when he saw Mahavir Bhagwan there with the cows, he got so angry at Mahavir Bhagwan that he took a rope and almost gonna hit Mahavir Bhagwan. But then suddenly he saw lightning. And then he saw lightning, and then he was like, there was a guy who was telling, "Don't hit Mahavir Bhagwan. Didn't you see he's in a meditation?" And then the cow elders tell sorry to Mahavir Bhagwan and went away with his cows. Thank you.
Okay, very good, very good. Next I have Navya. Navya was the newest kid in the Gyantosava. Most of the other kids, they have been repeating from previous session and everyone. And she's the one who really picked up a lot of concepts very quickly. So Navya, again, can you start with your introductions? Put on your camera and then your topic.
Hello everyone, my name is Navya and today I will be talking about moksha. Moksha is the ultimate goal for Jains. It signifies the soul's release from samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. The only way to attain moksha is by taking birth as a human. To achieve moksha, Jains believe you need to live a good life, be kind to others, and control your own actions. To attain moksha, you have to end all your good and bad karmas. One example of someone attaining moksha was Bharat Chakravarti. Bharat Chakravarti had a moment of understanding when he saw himself in a palace of mirrors, and he realized that true happiness doesn't come from worldly feelings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Navya. That was a good one. And now I would like to call Vyom. Doesn't matter, whatever topic you want to say, please come on stage. Introduce your topic.
Hello everyone. I'll be discussing on non-violence. So in Jainism, non-violence or ahimsa is more than just avoiding physical harm. It is the guiding principle of life. Jains believe that every soul, whether a human, animal, or even a microscopic being, is sacred and worthy of respect. Harming others, even unintentionally, creates karma that binds the soul to cycle of birth and rebirth. Therefore, Jains practice extreme care in their actions, speech, and even thoughts, striving to live in a way that minimizes harm to all living beings. From sweeping the ground to avoiding stepping on insects to following a strict vegetarian diet, every action reflects a deep commitment to compassion and responsibility. What makes Jain non-violence truly unique is its depth and consistency. Even emotions like anger or greed are seen as forms of violence because they disturb the soul and can lead to harm. For Jains, ahimsa is not passive. It is an active expression of self-discipline and love towards all life. In a world filled with conflict and divisions, this philosophy offers a path to peace through inner transformation. By practicing non-violence in thought, word, and deed, James aimed not only for personal liberation, but for a more harmonious world.
Thank you, Vyom. Just a quick question for you. If you're using your mobile phone, do you think you are practicing ahimsa or violence? What are you doing? Himsa or ahimsa? What are you doing? Are you practicing non-violence? What do you think is happening when you are using mobile phone?
We're using ahimsa.
Is it what is happening to the microbes around us?
Kidding. When I'm using my phone, I'm killing the microorganisms around there.
Yeah. So what are we going to do next time?
I guess we'll write it on paper.
Better. Or better we could learn, maybe say fewer lines, but learn it. Isn't that so? Let's practice is what we preach, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Vyom. Okay. And now, well done, Vyom. And now, online students, I'm going to invite Avya Butoria. Avya, please introduce yourself. Where are you from? Unmute yourself, Avya.
My name's Afi and I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm going to be talking about Share Dravya. I also have a presentation if I can share it. Yeah.
Start. Avya, you can start.
Share Dravya. Share Dravya's Jeev, Intermastikay, Adarmastikay, Akashastikay, Kal, Putkalastikay, Jeevastikay. Dharmastikay. Medium of motion. Both the soul and matter have motion. The substance that helps them move is called dharmastikaya. For example, water isn't forcing the fish to swim.
Avya,
If you can hear me, would you like to, because time is really short right now, we have many more students to cover. If you don't mind, would you like to say a few lines on your own without the presentation, please? That'd be really nice. Thank you so much for accommodating.
Okay.
Thank you, Vita.
So the Kshatrapyas are Dharmastikaya, Adharmastikaya, Akashastikaya, Kal, Putkalastikaya, Jeevastikaya. Dharmastikaya is basically when soul or matter have motion, the substance that helps them move. Dharmastikaya is medium of rest. It helps the soul or matter to stop and rest in one position. Like, as an example, imagine you're walking somewhere and the heat is intense. You find a cool shade beneath a tree and settle to relax. That is the process of Adharmastikaya. Then Akashastikaya means space. It provides space for everything, soul and matter. This substance comes in both cosmic worlds, Lok and Alok. But all substances come in Lok, only space exists in Alok. Then Kal, which is time. So Samay, second, minute, hour, day, night is called Kal. It's an imaginary subject as you can't go back in time. The changes in material objects and soul is understood by Kal. Pudgalastikaya, which is matter, a non-living object. Anything that does not have a soul is Pudgal. Anything that has color, taste, touch, and smell is called Pudgal. Then there's Jivastikaya, soul or Jeev. Anything that has a soul or Atma is called Jeev. Thank you.
Very nice. Let me just tell you that Avya is like one of the brightest kids who recently transitioned from Gyan group to Darshan group. But we are covering all the online gigs, so that's why. Oh my name Avya. And now we have Neil also. Neil is Darshan group again online. So we have Neil. Neil, can you start with your introduction and then the topic?
Yeah, sure. Jai Jinendra, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about Abhrigra. Now, this essentially is a vow taken by a person who does tapasya. And this actually involves the stipulations or conditions that are required to break their fast. An example of this could be I will only break my fast when I'm offered a specific kind of food, or I will only break my fast when I take food from a specific person or a person with specific traits. Now, usually, when one takes this, they usually tell their guru or an elder about this. This also builds self-discipline within oneself, which actually makes it quite important. Now, one example of this would be when Mahavira took this. He vowed that he would accept food if he only if soaked black peas were offered to him from a winnower by a princess in chains with a shaved head, who had fasted for 3 days and who had tears flowing from her eyes. All these conditions should be fulfilled at a time. For months he used to go to alms and came back without food because his conditions could not be fulfilled. However, after 6 months of fasting, Mahavira saw a princess in chains with a clean-shaved head, having fasted for 3 days, offering black peas from a winnowing pan. But one thing was missing, and this was the tears in this princess's face, who was called Chandanbala. So Mahavira actually declined this offer, and he had turned back. Now Chandanbala had started crying as a result of this. But then Mahavira looked back, and then he saw the tears rolling down her cheeks. Now all of his conditions had been fulfilled. He willingly accepted the food offered by her. Thank you for listening.
Oh, very good. Again, Neil is like one of the newest kids who recently joined Gyantosava. Again, oh my mommy. Next, I think we'll start to call upon the in-person group kids. Behan. Behan is one of the most chulbula bacha in the Gyan group. He's quite Rashmi auntie is going to give the right description. Sorry if I.
The quietest, one of the quiet children, very sweet. What's your topic? Yeah.
ABCDs and then DEF. So there are 3 types of dan. There's Gyandan, Tapatadan, and Abedan. Gyandan means to give knowledge, and Tapatadan means to offer food to Tirthankars and Jain monks and nuns. And Abedans means to become fearless and
Do you practice any one of them? One dan, Mamida? What was Supadradan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say so.
And E is for enlightenment. Enlightening being means to not have bad karmas and to become a Kejali. And F is for festival. Jains celebrate Holi and Diwali, pollution, and other things like that.
Well done, Batra.
Thank you, Vihan. That was very well descripted. And now next we have Vivan Kucheria. Over to you, Vivan.
Vandami Namaswami and Gyantosava everyone. My name is Vivan Kucheria and today we are going to discuss about Jain monks, nuns, sadhus and sadhvis. So in Jainism, sadhus are Jain ascetics and sadhvis are female ascetics. Um, both individuals who has renounced the spiritual liberation have dedicated their lives towards non-violence, non-violence, truthfulness, and many other key Jain principles. Jain monks and nuns undertake diksha, a ritual of relaxity and they happily accept other people's vows. These vows include the 5 Yagavas: non-stealing, non-attachment, non-violence, and simplicity. Now we are going to discuss about their daily life. Jain monks and nuns usually wander around place to place with alms of food. They do a similar activity called loach. Loach is not when you go to a barber and get a haircut. It's when you pull strands and strands of hair with your bare hands. And if it starts bleeding, they put wood ashes to recover it. They avoid using modern medicine because they can choose to fast to death in life-threatening situations. And I hope you understand why they are so humble and we should all respect them.
A big Om Haram to Vivan. I think that was so beautifully explained. I think let's give him a louder one, especially because he's remembered it all. Om Haram. Thank you, parents. And now I would like to call Saisha. Saisha Chalani, please come on stage.
We have few chairs. Louder. No one is going out. Down. No.
Very sad it's true. No. In Jainism, it teaches us that no single person has all the answers, and reality can be seen from many different angles. Just as one story can be told in different ways, truth too can have many sides. This helps us become more understanding, less judgmental, and open to other people's opinions. B. Bharat Chakravarti. Bharat Chakravarti was the eldest son of Lord Rishabdev, the first Jain Tirthankar. He became a mighty emperor, a Chakravarti, who ruled over a vast kingdom. But Jain stories tell us that even someone as powerful as Bharat eventually realized the value of inner peace and self-control over material power. He reminds us that true greatness lies not just in ruling the world, but mastering ourselves. C. Compassion. Compassion or karuna is one of the most important values in Jainism. It means showing kindness to all living beings, not hurting them and helping whenever we can. That's why Jains follow a vegetarian diet, avoid harming even the smallest insects, and always try to live peacefully. Compassion helps us make the world a gentler, better place. Thank you.
Om Aram. Saisha is one of the most attentive, very quiet and disciplined child. So big Om Aram to you. Thank you. And now I'd like to call Neona. Come on.
Hello, my name is Neona Jane. Shedinendra, everyone. Today I'm here to share my opinion on Garyushan. Garyushan is by far the most significant festival in Jainism. During this 8-day period, fellow Jain followers ask for forgiveness to our God. It is a time to reflect on our past sins and try to enhance our lives by attempting to fast. Linking it back to science, it is proven that fasting not only helps in spiritual growth, but it is also a big aid to the body. The main source of invocation is a process called pratikam. This is performed twice a day, preferably at dawn and dusk, respectively. Sunlight is also a prayer recited as frequently as long. The festival concludes with a day for further reflection, namely Samvatsara. This is an annual program conventionally occurring in August or September, depending on the calendar. Michami Dukram is a commonly used phrase when endevouring to apologize. However, it is key that you don't repeatedly use this expression. There are many benefits to this, such as improving self-respect and self-realization. The moral of my speech is that you should make sure to devote your precious time at least in Garyushan. Lastly, I would like to thank my Gyantosava teachers who devote their time on every Friday to teach us about Jain principles. I am really grateful to them. Thank you, bye, and Michami Dukram.
Thank you, Neona. Kids, if you're going to use any more papers and mobile phone, I would advise, can you refrain from doing that? It's better to say 5 lines, lesser, but something that you can speak on. Over the year, one whole year, you've learned something. I'm sure you've retained something. It does not need to be perfect, but I'm sure we can all say something by our own mind, whatever you can recapture. So Aram, Jane, please come on stage.
Try and avoid using your phone. You have to make it very short, so no long passage.
Okay. Vandami Naman Samriji and Jai Janendra, everyone. Hello, I'm Arma, and I am a proud Gyantosava student. And I'm here about to talk about the 5 Mahavrats Sadhu and Sadhvis have to take. There are ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa is the first principle of Jainism, meaning doing no harm to living beings. In thought, word, or action, man, vachan, kaya. Satya, truthfulness. Satya is the second principle of Jainism, meaning not stealing. This means taking something that belongs to another or taking what belongs to all. Brahmacharya, chastity. Brahmacharya is the fourth principle of Jainism, meaning not to indulge in marital relationships. Aparigra, non-possessiveness. Aparigra is the 5th principle of Jainism, meaning not to possess anything. Jain sadhus and sadhvis strictly follow the 5 Mahavrats, or great vows, guiding their lives and pursuit of liberation. Finally, I would also like to thank all the teachers and Samniji for their hard work to keep us through the year. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Arham. And now I'd like to call Advik Parmar, please, on stage. Try and avoid using the paper, whatever you learn. Lesser lines better. But
Vandami Namasani and Jai Janendra, everyone. Today I want to speak to you about a powerful principle in Jainism called Aparikala. It's not just about giving up physical things, it's about freeing mind from greed, selfishness, and constant craving for more. Aparigraha means non-attachment or non-possessiveness. And in Jain philosophy, Aparigraha is one of the 5 major ones. Sadhus and Sadhis take it to the highest level by renouncing all worldly possessions. But for the rest of us, it means living simply, sharing with others, and letting go of things that don't truly bring lasting peace or happiness. Why is this important? Because when we become obsessed with owning things or comparing them ourselves to others, we create stress, jealousy, and even violence. Jainism teaches that by practicing aparigraha, we reduce our desires and live in harmony with people, animals, and the environment. It's a path toward inner calm and compassion. In today's fast-moving world, where we often measure success by how much we have, Aparigraha offers a vital message. True happiness doesn't come from what we possess, but from how lightly we walk through with open hands and a peaceful heart. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Advait. And now, can I invite Aram? Aram, you've done. You've done. Bhavik, would you like to say it? Come.
Whatever you do. No, Shubham, they shouldn't be going out. It's rude. You are meant to sit here. No, it's rude. It's rude.
Bhavik, 1 minute. Kids, I want everybody to sit here. When it was your turn, we all listen. So can we all be seated here, kids?
Even the parents.
Good. Everybody sit down, please. All kids need to be heard. Check outside. Yes, bacha, go on.
And everybody, today I'm going to is the second stop. In their body of the heavenly being. It's over the animals and plants. Last stop, the body. In the body, there is all of the demons, the hellish beings and demons.
This is a nice place.
आपको म्यूट कर दो प्लीज क्या कर रहा हूँ
Mute. Who else
नहीं
is
क्या को म्यूट
from
कर
Gyan Group? Anyone else left from Gyan Group? Are we all down? Saisha, yeah. Okay, Saisha, come on. Over to you. Saisha Kothari.
Shh. Can we listen to Saisha, please? Abhi nahi.
Vandami Namaskar from your group, Najajin and the Earl. Today I'll be talking about Today I'll be talking about Anikanthvad and what it means. The word Anikanthvad means one view and Anikanthvad means many views. Because I can't see what others see does not mean that they are not wrong. Does not mean that they are wrong and I am right. This means that we should appreciate all views and listen to other people. Story time. Once upon a time, there were 6 blind men who had never seen anything. One day, an elephant came to their village, and they were very excited to understand what the elephant was like, as they had never come across one in their life. They were touching different parts of the elephant's body to see what it was like. The first man touched the tail, and thought it was a rope. The second man touched the tummy and thought it was a wall. The third man touched the leg and thought it was a pillar. The fourth man touched the tusk and thought it was a spear. The fifth man touched the ear and thought it was a fan. And the last man touched the trunk and thought it was a snake. All 6 of these men started arguing and insulting each other until a wise man came over and told them what the elephant actually looked like. He described the elephants to them and told them they were all partially correct, but none of them were completely right. None of them could fully understand the elephant without listening to each other. This story teaches us to respect others and try to look at their perspective because we could learn from them.
Thank you, Saisha. And now can I call Vinisha Mehta? And Ruhi, please be ready.
Everyone. My name is Vinisha, and today I'm going to be speaking about the 9th Tattvas. The 9 tattvas are fundamental principles that follow the Jain philosophy. The first tattva is Jeev, which means soul. The second is Ajeev, which means non-living matter. The third is Punya, which means results of good deeds. The fourth is Pap, which means result of bad deeds. The fifth is Ashra, which means the influx of karma. The sixth is Samvar, which means the stoppage of karma. The seventh is Band, which means the bonding of karma. The eighth is Nijra, which means the shredding of karma. And the ninth tattva is Moksha, which means liberation. Let's understand the 9 tattvas with a story. Once there was a family living in a farmhouse. They were enjoying cool breeze coming from the open windows and doors. Suddenly, the weather changed and there was a terrible dust storm. The family got up to close all of the windows and doors. They realized that lots of dust had come and entered the house. After they closed the doors and windows, they started cleaning the dust, and then the house was clean. We can interpret the 9 tattvas in this story. Jeev is the people living in the house. Ajeev is the house. Punya is the enjoyment of the cool breeze, and Pap is the discomfort of the dust. Ashraf is the influx of the dust. Samvar is the stoppage of dust by closing windows and doors. Band is the accumulation of the dust. Nijra is the cleaning of the dust, and Moksha is the clean house. In conclusion, the 9 tattvas provides insights into Jain philosophy and the path to spiritual liberation. It emphasizes the importance of living a life of non-violence, truthfulness, and self-discipline to achieve moksha. Thank you for listening.
Oh my
Give it to me.
Vandami Namanswami, Jai Jananda everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the 4 guts in Jainism. What happens when one dies? When one dies, they would be reborn in any of the four life forms. These 4 life forms include Nargati, Tiyanshgati, Manushya-gati, and Devgati. These are the 4 states of existence, or the life forms. One would continue to live many lives until they reach the 5th state of liberation, moksha. The first gati, Nargati, also known as hell. One is reborn in this state when a person kills purely out of pleasure without any reason or cause. A person commits hellish actions such as setting fire to people's homes, and as well as this finds happiness out of these actions. A person may further be reborn in Nargati if they have gathered many negative karmas, increasing the chances of their rebirth in hell. There are 7 such hells, and the greater the impact of the karmas, the worse the hell one goes to. And one cannot die even after suffering the pains of hell for a long time, because even in hell, the lifespan stretches over 100,000 years. The second gati, Tiyanj gati, also known as the animal form. One is reborn in this state when a person has terrible thoughts of stealing things that do not belong to them. A person constantly indulges in stealing and earning money through deceit and tricking others. The more debt the person owes, the more of their life they spend in the animal form. Life in the animal form is considered unpleasant where the entire life is spent in hopelessness. The third gati, Manushya gati, also known as the human form. One is reborn in this state when one only takes things that is usually or rightfully their own. If a person wants to be born as a human, their duty is to care for the elderly, their family, and the gurus. One should also maintain an obliging nature. Whatever is taken should be returned, but no debt is gathered. Manushya gati is the only possible form where one can attain liberation, moksha. Dev gati is the 4th gati, also known as celestial life. One is reborn in this state when a person does not enjoy his own comfort or luxuries, but instead passes them on to others, and when one has pure auspicious awareness of their surroundings. In the celestial life form, there is no suffering of birth and death, so one is able to enjoy immense happiness, comfort, and luxury throughout their lifetimes. And I would just like to say thank you to all of the teachers for all their hard work and effort, and for everything they have taught me.
Oh my God.
I'm the last one down there. Because it all must be really hungry. Okay. Manami Namsami Shuniji and Judge Nindrantanam to all. Today I will talk about a key philosophy in Jainism, which is Lesha. Lesha reflects the state of our soul and is determined by our thoughts, emotions, and actions. There are 6 types of Lesha. The first Lesha, and this is the most negative one, is Krishna Lesha. This is black in color and represents evil, hatred, and violence. If you die with this Lesha, you will end up in Narakan. The next Lesha is Neel Lesha. This is blue in color. And it symbolizes jealousy and pride. If you die with this Lesha, you'll be reborn as a plant in your next life. The third one is Kaput Lesha. And this is brown in color. It symbolizes laziness and carelessness. If you die with this Lesha, you'll be reborn as an animal in your next life. The fourth one is Tejo Lesha. This Lesha is red in color and shows discipline and beginning of control. If you die with this Lesha, you'll be reborn as a human being as we all are today. The fifth one is Padma Lesha. This is yellow in color and represents compassion and humility. If you die with this Lesha, you'll be reborn in Devgati in your next life. And the last one, which is the most pure, is Shukla Lesha. And this is the white in color. It represents forgiveness, peace, and spiritual elevation. If you die with this Lesha, you are for sure to go to moksha. And that's what we're all striving to today. So I would really like to thank all of our JVB teachers and Shamniji for leading us to this path. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sachi. And now I'd like to request Bade Samniji Malay Pragyaji to say two words. All the kids are covered. Thank you, all the kids, for your lovely presentation. Very well spoken.
आवाज कम करें इसका बंद करूं क्या नहीं ठीक है ना ज्ञान सभा ओम इसका बंद कर दो तीसरी बार ओम लगभग 2 घंटे से मेरा सारा ध्यान बच्चों पे है इतने डिसिप्लिन के साथ आज जो बैठे हैं मैंने आज तक नहीं देखा और सारे के सारे बच्चे एक दूसरे को सुन रहे हैं आई कांटेक्ट तक नहीं कर रहे हैं तो मुझे एक छोटा सा प्रसंग याद आया एक बार शिव जी के पास कोई आया गरुड़ आया शायद और उसने शिव जी से कहा कि मुझे राम के बारे में बताइए राम चरित्र को सुनना चाहता हूं तो शिव जी ने उसको किसी कौवे के पास भेजा चला गया वो अब इधर होता क्या है जैसे ही वो गरुड़ गया पार्वती ने कहा आप जितना अच्छा से रामचरित्र के बारे में उसको बताते वो कौवा क्या जानेगा देखिए राम ने उत्तर क्या दिया एक पक्षी की भाषा को जितनी अच्छी तरह से समझ सकता है मेरी भाषा नहीं समझ सकता आज बच्चे की भाषा को जितनी अच्छी तरह से समझ पा रहे थे शायद जैसे देखिए मैंने बोलना स्टार्ट किया तो थोड़ा हलचल स्टार्ट हो गया है और अभी तक मैं देख रही थी एकदम कंसंट्रेशन के साथ एक दूसरे को सुन रहे थे तो मैं आज सभी बच्चों को बहुत 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 साधुवाद देना चाहूंगी बात तो मुझे कुछ कहनी थी और अच्छी कहनी थी समय की सीमा को देखते हुए फिर हम बात कहते रहेंगे। तो बहुत बहुत मैं बच्चों को साधुवाद देती हूँ। और एक बात मैं कहना चाहूंगी, कल की ही बात है। किसी ने कहा, समणी जी, मैं लंदन की बात बता रही हूँ, समणी जी मैं देशभक्त हूँ, मैं जैनिज्म का कुछ नहीं करती हूँ तो जैन करती नहीं हूँ। मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं, जैनिज्म एक्शन प्रधान नहीं है, इंटेंशन बेस है, एक्शन बेस नहीं है। उसने वापस क्या बात कही, वो बहन 75 समथिंग होगी, 70 प्लस थी। उसने कहा, समणी जी, मतलब मेरा कहने था भाव अच्छा है तो बढ़िया है। उसने कहा, समणी जी नहीं, आज ये महसूस होता है काश हम भी कुछ ये धर्म की जो भी प्रवचन, सामायिक, माला, ये सब चीज किए हुए होते तो आज हमारे बच्चे जैनिज्म से दूर नहीं होते। खुद के लिए न सही, कम से कम बच्चों के लिए पेरेंट्स को क्या करना चाहिए? ज्ञानशाला में, जरूरी नहीं ज्ञानशाला, जैनिज्म से जुड़े रहो, सब चीज करोगे तो बच्चे एक दिन आपके लिए ये पश्चाताप का विषय नहीं बनेगा, काश शुरू से मुझे ये सब करना चाहिए था। तो उसकी बात को लेकर के मैं हमेशा ये जो बात कहती रही हूँ, भाव अच्छा रखो, लेकिन उसकी बात से मुझे लगी, बात ऐसा महसूस हुआ कि नहीं, कुछ करना भी बहुत जरूरी होता है। और ज्ञानशाला से जुड़े बच्चों के जो संस्कार होते हैं, दूसरी बात देखिए, अच्छी बात है, पेरेंट्स बहुत अच्छा सिखाते हैं। सबसे पहले बच्चों को यदि कुछ सिखाया जाए, बहुत सारे कंट्री में ऐसा होता है 10 साल तक कुछ नहीं सिखाते हैं। क्या कराते हैं? सिर्फ मैनर्स सिखाते हैं, आपको कैसा बिहेवियर करना है, कैसा मैनर्स रखना है। तो सारे की सारे सिर्फ यहाँ ज्ञान 7 दिन में एक दिन जो ज्ञानशाला होती है वो इनफ नहीं है, बहुत जरूरी है। किसको ध्यान देना? पेरेंट्स। आचार्य तुलसी ने एक नारा दिया था, निज पर शासन, कुछ भी कहना है तो करना शुरू करो। आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता बच्चे गुस्सा करें या करते हैं तो कहां से शुरू करें? आज के बाद गुस्सा बंद, ठीक है? आपको लगता है बच्चे रेस्पेक्ट नहीं करते तो क्या करें? लाइफ पार्टनर एक दूसरे का रेस्पेक्ट करना शुरू कर दो। आपको लगता है बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा स्टबन हैं, बस घर में आपको करना पड़ेगा। जो चीज आप बच्चे से चाहते हैं वही चीज खुद के लाइफ में उस चीज को लाना पड़ेगा। सिंगापुर जब हम गए थे, मैंने 2 भाई बहन छोटे छोटे 4 साल के ही थे, मैंने कहा फाइटिंग करते हो? बोले, समणी जी हमारे घर की हेरिडिटी है, मेरे दादा दादी करते हैं, मेरे मम्मी पापा करते हैं, और हम दोनों भाई बहन भी करते हैं। और मैं सीरियसली बोलूं, उसने ऐसे कैसे कहा? बोले हमारे घर में ये सब हेरिडिटी है। तो बच्चे कुछ कर रहे हैं तो हेरिडिटी कहाँ से चल रही है? पेरेंट्स, माँ बाप, पेरेंट्स से सब चल रहा है। तो इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है, पेरेंट्स को भी बहुत बहुत कॉन्शियस होना चाहिए। जो सोचते हैं आप लोग बच्चे मोबाइल यूज ना करें, तो शुरुआत कहाँ से करें? खुद से करें। आप दिन भर बात करते रहेंगे, बीच बीच में बच्चे को टोकते रहेंगे, मोबाइल मत देख, और आपस में एक दूसरे की फ्रेंड सर्कल की आलोचना करते रहेंगे, बच्चे को बोलेंगे तुम पढ़ाई करो, जो भी चीज है। तो बहुत जरूरी है ये सब चीज ध्यान देना। और बच्चा देख करके जितना सीखता है उसको हम बोल करके नहीं सिखा सकते, और ज्ञानशाला में ये सारी संस्कार दिए जाते हैं। तो ये ज्ञानशाला नहीं, एक प्रकार से संस्कारशाला है। और हमारे जो पेरेंट टीचर्स हैं इतना समय लगाते हैं, इतना समय श्रम लगाते हैं। तो मैं जितना साधुवाद दूं, जो हमारे टीचर सब आप देख चुके हैं, प्राची जी कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, और रश्मि जी, शिक्षा जी, शिखा जी, कृता, और और कृता बहुत बिजी होते हुए भी ये अपना क्लास देती है, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। और शिखा का नाम ले लिया मैंने। तो जो भी है, रजनी जी ऑनलाइन और भी क्लास देने वाले हैं। और जैसा कि नीति, अच्छा नीति प्रिया जी तो मूल है। नीति प्रज्ञा जी का जो डिवोशन है ना, मेरे लिए भी एक आइडल है। तो बहुत यूनिकनेस के साथ ये क्लास लेने का सोचते हैं। तो मैं बहुत बहुत सभी टीचर को, सभी नीति प्रज्ञा जी को, सभी को बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देती हूँ। और एक बात कहना चाहूंगी, चाहे पेरेंट्स ध्यान दें चाहे टीचर ध्यान दें, बच्चे को देख के बोलने की आदत ना डालें। चाहे 2 ही लाइन बोले, चाहे आधा मिनट बोले, चाहे एक वर्ड ही बोल के जाए, ये देख करके बोलने का संस्कार, देख के बोलना कौन सी बड़ी बात है। तो जिन्होंने भी ये सिस्टम किया, मुझे पता नहीं टीचर सारों ने कहा या पेरेंट्स ने किया, तो पेपर वाली आदत तो मैं सोचती हूँ मत बोलो भले, लेकिन भले आकर के एक एक्सरसाइज करा दें, भले आकर के माँ प्राण ध्वनि करा दें, लेकिन ये पेपर की आदत। और दूसरी बात, ये टीचर सारे ध्यान दें, और स्पेशल प्राची जी को स्पेशल देखिए, एक सभी ध्यान दें टीचर सारे। आज बेचारे ऑडियंस नरक गति को कितनी बार सुने? 10 बार। आज साधुवाद के पात्र कौन है? ऑडियंस। 2 घंटे से एक नरक गति को 10 नहीं 4 गति को 10 बार सुनना, मैं सोचती हूँ अंतिम सांस तक भी अब 4 गति तो भूलेंगे नहीं, राइट है?
नहीं और नहीं।
तो एक ये कोऑर्डिनेट करना चाहिए कि कौन क्या बोल रहा है, और नया चीज बुलवाएं, स्पेशल तैयारी के साथ कराएं, तो और निखरता के साथ ऑडियंस को भी अच्छा लगेगा। तो बहुत सारी बातें हैं। तो आज मैं सभी स्टूडेंट्स को, सभी टीचर को, और सभी पेरेंट्स को, और जो नहीं भी है ज्ञानशाला के पेरेंट्स और आए हैं, उन सबको आज मैं बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देती हूँ, धन्यवाद देती हूँ। और एक स्पेशल सूचना है, ज्ञानशाला आज से स्पेशल ज्ञानशाला चलेगी। हर फ्राइडे को हमारा ज्ञानशाला कंटिन्यू रहेगा, और वो कंबाइंड ज्ञानशाला रहेगी। और पेरेंट्स का भी जो अलग से चलता है, इन पर्सन रहेगा, इन पर्सन और ऑनलाइन जो भी 1-2 जुड़ते हैं वो जुड़ सकते हैं। इन पर्सन तो मूल रहेगा ही रहेगा, और पेरेंट्स या जो भी आते हैं, हमारा जो मूल चलता है वो चालू रहेगा। और स्पेशल ज्ञानशाला और ऐसा यूनिकनेस के साथ रहेगा कि आप लोग को, बच्चों को खुद को एक आनंद आ जाएगा। तो प्रयास करें इस चीज को आप कंटिन्यू चालू रखें। और पर्यूषण में अपना बैंक हॉलीडे भी आ रहा है, तो 4 हाँ 20 से 27 है, और उसमें बहुत सारे स्किट्स, नाटक वाटक जो भी है, काफी कुछ कराएंगे। तो आप जुड़े रहेंगे तो आपको, पूरे फैमिली को उन स्किट्स में आप पार्ट ले सकते हैं इन्हीं भावनाओं के साथ। ओम अरहम ओम अरहम। हाँ, और किरण भाई हमारे 1-2 मिनट एक बार के लिए, किरण जी।
किरण भाई,
हाँ और जीत जी, आप भी अगले वो संडे की सूचना देनी है, 29 जुलाई की।
उनको पता नहीं है।
हाँ किरण, किरण भाई
आप दे दो। या आई नो, या हाँ उसी के लिए बोला है।
यस भाई
Needs to see a GP, there'll be doctors there. कोई एक वगैरह हो तो फिजियोथेरेपी भी होगी। So all this, and then lunch hoga. So I just want to emphasize on fire walk as well. On fire walk, you're walking not with shoes or chappals or anything, just barefoot. It's only 2 meters. But